Good evening. It is Wednesday night. Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center. Hope you and yours are having a blessed Wednesday evening. So glad to be here and talking a little weather. We're going to talk a little bit about the weekend forecast now that it's Wednesday night. But I'll tell you this much. I do want to start. Oh, I forgot to run the little weather open, didn't I? I sure did. And it's pretty slick. This was $750,000. What you're about to see. Let's roll. Oh yeah. Huh? Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We had to roll that. All right, let's take a look at what we've got out there tonight. This is Hurricane Ernesto moving into a bit more of a favorable environment of the open Atlantic after moving across northern Puerto Rico and knocking out power to about half of the island. Yeah, about half the island, at last word, without power on the island of Puerto Rico. So the Dominican got some weather, but you can see that it was really on the quiet side. There were some pretty good storms there on the island of the Dominican Republic and Jamaica, but it's not going to be too bad. You know, the storm is now moving northwest at 16 miles per hour, but it's continuing to strengthen. Each update, it's a little bit stronger right now. We're at winds of 80 miles per hour. And again, that makes it a Category 1 hurricane. It's about 721 miles southwest of Bermuda and continues moving northwest. So it really looks like it will be a Bermuda landfall over the weekend. I'll tell you a little bit more about this system. Cloud field gradually expanding, hints of an eye potentially forming in the central dense overcast, the CDO. That's going to be like right where you see that center and that real mature structure coming together in a real well-defined eye. So that could be happening pretty soon. So let's take a look at the forecast as we move over the next few days. You can see it's going to be probably late Friday night, early Saturday, hitting Bermuda as a Category 2. Now, we're still before that landfall on the island of Bermuda, expected to reach major status, which would be a Category 3. Oh, not yet. That went a little too soon. I thought I had one more move on this guy. I want to just show you the rest of this forecast track as it moves, farther north. There it goes. And you can see that it still takes a pretty good right into the northern Atlantic, more of a fish storm than a U.S. landfall for sure. But Bermuda is definitely going to get rocked with a Cat 2, strong Cat 2 storm early on Saturday. All right, let's talk about the heat, shall we? Outside right now, let's see what we've got outside. 90 in the city, 86 Bandera, 84 Bernie. 90 Timberwood Park. So we're starting to cool off a little bit, but remember, it still feels awfully warm. It still feels like 99 out the door at this hour. My psychiatrist said I was preoccupied with the vengeance, I told him. Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about that. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Brian? It's been a minute, right? Could you give us a shout out to all the school and science? Yes, absolutely. The Hill Country campus of the School of Science and Technology. Blessings to all the students and the faculty on an awesome year of learning. We've got eager young minds learning more science and technology. I love it. Let's get these STEM positions filled as we move into the following or the next 10 years. That's exciting to be on the ground level. So Brian, God bless you, man, on a great school year, your colleagues, all the teachers. I'm just so proud of you guys and the great things you're doing for our youth. So, God bless you. Thanks, Brian, for mentioning that. Thanks for watching tonight. So the numbers today, let's take a look at the almanac. We did hit 100 this afternoon. That's San Antonio International Airport right there, by the way. And let's see what we've got. 100 on the nose. 97 is where we should stop. 104 stays in place from 2020. Only 0.03 of 1 inch of rain in the rain gauge for August. That is painful. All right, summer so far. What do we got? Well, this is making it 17 triple-digit days. This time last year, we were over 40, on our way to 75, an all-time record. So we're right at the average. We get one more and we hit the average amount of triple-digit days in a year. Seems pretty low, doesn't it? Especially when you have that 75 glaring at you. Now, today's the 14th, so 12 more days for the average last 100-degree day. But always remember two things. Number one, the latest ever 100-degree day was the end of September, and the hottest temperature we ever hit was 111 on September 5th. So September, we could still be cooking, okay? We're definitely looking at the next couple of weeks at high pressure reigning supreme, so no changes in the pattern as far as what we're looking at moving forward. All right, what season are we in? You might say summer, right? Well, here are the seasons of South Texas. Summer, our second summer, that's where we are now. False fall, actual fall. Then we go into mountain cedar season, followed by winter and Christmas before we go into the second winter, followed by kinda spring and spring. Your South Texas seasons. I love that. All right. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're wearing light-colored, loose-fitting clothing on Thursday. It's going to feel like 105 in the afternoon. Remember, we hit the high usually between about 3:30 and 4 p.m., and the highest heat index is typically between that 4 and 5 o'clock hour. On Friday, it could feel as hot as 107 to 108. That's why we're going to have weather impact alert days beginning Friday all the way through Tuesday of next week. So please, we're getting a high demand on fans. We need your help. If it's difficult for you to get out and buy a new fan and get it to a fire station, go to kens5.com/KensCares and give a monetary donation. And our friends at Catholic Charities will purchase the fans. But if you can drop one off at the fire station, you can do it that way if that's the easiest way to do it. We just really need the fans. And if you're one of those who need the fan, definitely call the United Way helpline at 211 or swing by the Guadalupe Community Center between 8:30 and 5:30. Quick reminder, that's to help keep our San Antonio zone cooler this summer. Keep this in mind too. We've got our San Antonio zone on 4 legs, trying to go out for a walk. They love their walks, but if you can't put your hand on that pavement for at least 5-6 seconds, it's going to be no walkie. Maybe on the grass if you've got that option, but look what happens on concrete and asphalt. Temperature at 97, which again, we're hitting highs of 100, 145 to 150 at least. Okay, it takes a long time for it to cool off. So if you can't keep your hand there for 5-6 seconds, it's not time to walk. Okay, just keep that in mind. This usually is the time of day, right now, best time of day to go for that walk. Hey, Lise, how are you? Dawn, good to see you. It's getting a little bit better. Thank you for asking. It's still swollen. I've got one of those sleeves on it, so a little compression. I heard the RICE method is the best way to do it. Rest, ice, compress, elevate. So I've been doing that, even though it's not elevated at the moment. Maybe get some more elevation time before the 10 p.m. show, but thank you for asking. Today's my best friend's 55th. Absolutely, it's Rochelle's happy birthday, dear Rochelle. Happy birthday from Bill Taylor to Ken's 5 Digital Center, who's dealing with some knee bursitis, but it's, it's going to be okay. It's just a little bit of pain that I'm going to get through, but it's happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rochelle. Here's to you. This is a little chai latte tonight. Oh, chai latte, yeah. It's so tasty. I don't want to have like a full cup of coffee. I'm always afraid it's going to give me two up and I can't go to sleep. But when I get home, I'm going to actually be icing the knee. So I'm going to be up for a little bit tonight. But Don Lucero, that's so awesome. So good to see you. It's a bit of a heartbreaking day in the Gateway Fellowship family. I will share this with you, that the Lamar family lost their daughter today. So she's gone home with no more pain, no more suffering. So Dawn, be praying for Randy and Sophia. Alize is with the Lord. It was really sad. And so if everybody could lift up our dear friends, Randy and Sophia Lamar. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Or Lisa, I'm sorry. Yeah, Harmony. So sad. I'm so sad for them. I love them so much. And Really tough time. Yeah, keep praying. All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up on this Wednesday night. Blessings to you and yours. 14-day forecast with no change just yet, guys. No change just yet. I love y'all. God bless you. I really mean it. And we'll see you on Ken's 5 News at 10.